Hello, Rabbit. How are you? Well, excited? Ah, damn, I fucked it up. How you doing today? Good, ecstatic, well, excited, or just mediocre? Sorry, this was late as shit, but like I explained, I really miscalculated how long it would take me to get over here and then charge the phone a little bit, but we are good for now. And then once my phone tries to die, we'll figure something else out. As I explained earlier, I am cleaning rats. So, of course, you'll see rats being moved. I actually was going to do this mobily on Twitch, but my Twitch is kind of being shitty to me. So, mobily anyway, so I will use TikTok, where I gained my followers to begin with. I like this tote because everybody's furred except for this one little guy here, who is the only one left from basically selling all my mediums. I had a big sale recently, so come here, my lady. There you go. There you go. Close that and see what people are typing. Let's see. Oh, cool. How big of a tub are you setting up for your hamsters? Are you using something large like I use, something smaller but deeper? And how many are you setting up? Are you, because I think I remember you telling me you were getting 2 males and 4 females, if I'm correct, but I could be wrong. I thought you was getting 2 sets of trios, but I might be remembering that wrong. Water bottle there. Yeah, I get to set up a bunch of totes as well because I bought some 64 quart and just 1 trio, 2 ladies and male. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm getting ready to set up a bunch of totes here soon because I need to really give a bunch of my females a break because they've been having to go nonstop because I've had tons of orders, but I've got a lot of big ladies now who can allow them to take breaks. So their totes are getting set up. I bought like 7, and after I used the 1 to incorporate what I lost when those ones chewed out, I'll have 6 new totes set up after I cut the lids, which I'll probably live stream that, cut the lids, and then add wire and cut and drill the wood, and then I can use those 6 totes and let the other 6 totes have a break, is what I'm hoping anyways. Because like I said, I like to give my females at least a month, if not half a month break. It all depends on how they seem to be doing. Like if they're really growing out well, physically and healthy, then yeah, I'm 100% down with them being bred a little sooner. But if I see a female who seems to be struggling in getting her weight back, I'll give her the month and really pound down the food that's high in protein. If she seems like she's still not getting enough food even after, or protein after the calf manna and the regular dog food, I'll give them a straight diet of cat food for a week, and that'll normally bump them back up to a good weight. So I can pair them with males and start the cycle over again. God dang. Okay, let's see what you've been saying. Oh shit, there's more than a few people in here. Oh, hey, my fiance's in here. Yeah, cause I really hate when I have to run them constantly, because then you start seeing a decline in litter size and a decline in litter health, and that sucks when you have to make the most you can make. But, oh well. And then you have, you know, these rescues. I'm not talking about actual shelters. I mean, there are some people who start rescues and get the licensing, and then they just get to sit on a high horse and say, I'm better than that pet store because I have 5 cats and a donkey, and I made sure they had good homes, and I gave a rehoming fee, which, I'm sorry, a rehoming fee is just selling. That is just selling. An adoption fee is just selling with extra steps. Like, and I'm sure this makes me sound like an asshole. I might lose some people's love because of this, but like, yeah, I saw you joined and then left and joined again. Like, there's a culture now with rescuing animals that isn't really rescuing, like the betta fish example I gave on, like, let's say I owned this example I'm stealing from Aquarium Co-op. Let's say I owned Twitchy's chicken farm, and I just went outside and beat the chickens until I sold them, right? If you buy chickens from me, I just think I need to buy more chickens to beat. But you think you rescued those chickens from my abuse, when in reality, maybe if I kept abusing the chickens and didn't sell them and they died, I learned I don't need to sell chickens anymore. And I go do something else, like lawn care. Holy shit. Yeah, I saw a bunch of people join there. I will eat the sun. Speaking of which, I'm going to keep that character that I named after you in CK2. Because I might make that a series on Twitch. But no, back to the thing I have is, like, for example, I always worry that someone's going to buy a rat one day just to rescue it from me. And that would honestly hurt my feelings because, like, you're not rescuing it. It's just, you're buying it. Now, if you run in here, slay me, like, spew me out on the floor, and then take the rats, sure. You rescued them. You really committed manslaughter, but you rescued them. Like, let's say you run into a burning building. That's rescuing. Let's say you... I really don't have a good way to word it without sounding like a fucking monster. I got a free... How'd you get a free burrito? Did you, like, did you rob them? Did you do the thing where you're like, yeah, I'm getting the money, and then drive away? Don't do that. It's illegal. But yeah, that's... And then I really worry with, like, this rescue culture coming from, no offense, fancy, from the UK. Buying slaves from someone isn't rescuing this. I mean, in that situation, technically it is, unless you're buying them to use them. But I guess the point I'm trying to get at is, I want to stop the process. Okay, I agree with you. People purchase surrendered animals. There we go. See, I'll accept that. I'll accept me buying an animal. Let's say, I'll take a quote from Bill Burr. I got a used dog. Like, you go to the shelter, you get a used dog. You get a used cat. And you enjoy it, and you love it. Because I'm hoping when I get my new place, I want to adopt an old cat. Like, I want to buy a used old cat. Like, old as shit. But that's just a side point. But it's just so many people have this adamant, like, breeders are bad. Oh my god, all breeders are terrible. All stores are terrible. I gotta rescue them all. And then, oh my god, I have like a 50 square foot house for each rat. What am I gonna do? And then I'm like, hey, you could have, it's last tense. Okay. Or purchase a rescue dog. It's a last tense. I think you meant last chance. I could have been reading that wrong. But yeah, saying, I love secondhand cats. I never wanted a kitten. I like kittens, but see, I'm weird. I like them from, like, newborn to just small cat size. Then they get that lanky asshole stage. Past tense. Sorry. Okay. So, like, then they reach that lanky asshole stage, and then they reach a year and they're cool, kind of again. Then they reach an ancient age where they're finally like, I don't have to be a dickhead, I can just be myself, like a lot of people after high school and college. And then they're cool, and then they get old and they die. But, so I like them when they're little, and I like them when they're old, but I don't like them in that middle finding themselves stage, where they're lanky and annoying. And they go in the heat for the first time, and they're just like, bah, bah. I hate that. So yeah, secondhand animal is what I might make that a merch thing on the merch store. I like your children thing. My children thing. Do you mean the chicken thing? Where I talked about Twitchy's chicken farm? Or, God, I don't sell children. Now, that's a situation where you could say you rescued someone. If you called CPS on someone beating their kids. That's rescuing a kid if you get them out of that situation. But, like, when money's involved, it's not rescuing, really. Well, see, because then you can get into the argument of just because, okay, yeah, secondhand pet merch. Yeah, I should totally put the owner of a secondhand. I need to make a shirt that says I proudly own a secondhand animal and just fucking sell that. That's what I might do. I'll put it on the art tablet and draw it out. That's how I'm going to address when I get that old cat. I want to be like, I got this secondhand cat. His name is Marvin. He's cool. I got this traded-in cat. I got this used cat. My cat is third. Damn. Cat's really hand me down. But yeah, okay, so I went on my tangent about rescues. I kind of went on a tangent about why people think white-eyed animals are scary. What else? I was talking about something. I had an idea. What was that? Oh, but the impulse buying thing. Back to what I was talking about there. I'm a proud owner of a hand-me-down. I'm a proud owner of a hand-me-down pet. Yes, that's what I'll make it. I'll make it say I'm the proud owner of a hand-me-down pet. But yeah, I'll definitely have to put that on the merch thing, like make it for t-shirts or mask, or although I'm thinking about for my mask design is just doing like a simple rat snout. I think that'll be really cool. But no, damn it, I just lost my train of thought. See, now, if you have, like, I've met people who have really cool stories about, they're like, oh, I rescued, and I'll be like, oh, God, and then they'll be like, oh, no, well, I was, like, what was that one story my cousin told me? Yeah, see, now, yeah, you make a great point there, because this person here knows me in real life, and he hears me bitching and complaining about animals all the time, and he has caught a lot of ire as well. Like, there are some animals that maybe there's a reason you shouldn't breed it. I'll make a TikTok and tag you in it. And my cat rescue story. Yes, I'd love to hear that. Because, see, when most people say they actually rescued an animal, it has a really cool story, or it makes me cry. One of the two. Either it's a badass story, or I cry. But, yeah, because, like, for example, this guinea pig here, I'm probably not going to breed. Because she's probably past the age where I could breed her safely. Because, see, you want to breed guinea pigs early, because if you don't, their pelvic bone likes to fuse, and you have issues with them getting stuck kits. Or piglets. What the fuck is a baby guinea pig called? Do I not know that? Piglet. See? It's gonna be a cool story. It's gonna be a cool story when it starts off with technically I stole her with permission. So, see, it's gonna be an awesome fucking story. But she's past the age where I could probably safely breed her. Now, on one hand, I want to... when did I get her? I got this one middle of this month. Middle of March. Person called me. I thought they just wanted to sell her. They explained how they want to get her back at some point, but they're moving. And they don't have the time for her right now, so I told them I would hold on to her and use her as, like, my social guinea pig when I bring more guinea pig. Holy shit, what the fuck was that you just gave me? Holy shit, I gotta secure the bag? Well, thank you, steamed broccoli. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you about the guinea pig. My bad. But, damn, steamed broccoli. Damn it, I lost track. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, the breeding thing. Yeah, so, like, I personally, if I just got her, like, for whatever I could use her for, I would try to breed her, and if she had a bad litter, I wouldn't breed her again. But because there's a chance that I won't be keeping her, I'm not going to do that right now. I'll just keep her with females and young males who haven't sexed out yet. And use her to keep them company. Because guinea pigs like companionship. But the only reason I'd see not breeding animals, for example, right now in my clinic, that guy there, I got to fix that. That guy there, he is not bred. He is a hairless male. And he is... What the hell is that you sent me? He is not to be bred. Every time I paired him, he was with another hairless female. She was old. She stopped breeding forever ago. And then she recently died of old age. Now he's alone. He's getting ready to go move with an old lady. But he is not the breed, because every time I pair him with anything in a fucking hall, the babies come out weak, and they never make it past, God damn, throwing fire at me. And they never make it past, like, the fuzzy stage. So that's the reason he's not bred, is because I have evidence of why I shouldn't breed him. Now, the other hairlesses, like I explained before, I didn't know the hearts were a gift. I knew about the fires and the secure the bag and the weird Italian hand one, but I'd never seen the hearts. But, yeah, I'd never see a reason not to breed an animal unless you know there's genetic health reasons not to, that you can't avoid. Like, when people say that the spider gene in ball pythons, you shouldn't make spiders, I disagree. But what I feel, though, is if you make a spider who has a severe, ungodly head wobble and it's doing that, don't breed them. Maybe even euthanize those. But, like, if you don't really have a head wobble, because it does sit on the same gene that causes neurological issues. But if you're a responsible breeder and you create healthy spiders, god damn. That's a lot of fucking coins, man. You have the issue of, like, the tremors. But if you're a responsible breeder and you just watch your lines and take out guys who are really unhealthy, then you're fine. This one group of hairlesses I have in this tank that I'm going to sell off as pets, every time they're breeding to each other, their babies aren't making it. Now, if I breed them out, they're making it. So it's just the fact that their genes are hitting and they're making dead babies. And I don't want to have to pair them off and make tons of hairlesses. I don't need that many hairlesses. So that's why I could see someone saying you shouldn't breed some animals, because you know about health issues. Now, if it's just you shouldn't breed them because there's too many, that's where I start to get a little miffed, because you can make that claim for dogs, cats, but you can't make that claim for rats, because sure, there are rat rescues that exist in the world, but the issue you have then is just because you have a rat rescue in, say, New York, you don't have one in, say, Virginia. Or just because you have one in, say, Arkansas, you don't have one in Kansas. And so that's my issue there, is because you'll have people who, hey, I've heard that hairless sometimes have trouble nursing. Could that be? See, now, yes. I have had 2 females in the past who I ended up having to call for aggression issues, but they could not nurse. They would make babies, and I would take babies off and put them with another mother because they didn't nurse at all. This group, she can nurse because I bred her with a normal male, and babies were fine. But in this situation, it's wrong. They said to put them in a cage and force them. You're not forcing them. You're not forcing them. I guarantee you, you are not forcing them. Sorry, side note. But yeah, some of my hairlesses I have found do have nursing issues. I don't keep those for breeding for obvious reasons. But in this situation, what's happening is I'm trying to pair her to her half-brother. So I was trying to test out if I really had gotten rid of some issues. And obviously I haven't. So I need to outcross some more and then come back. So that's why inbreeding does have its tool. It is, a part of the toolkit of an animal breeder. Because I've had some females where I can tell you're not nursing. The experts. Yeah, but that is something that does happen with hairless. I can't tell you about mice, because I haven't owned any hairless or mice yet. Hopefully I can get some soon. I'm working on that. But yes, sometimes the hairlesses do have the nursing issue. You can normally tell when after day 2 they don't have milk belly. But in this situation, they're getting milk belly, but you can tell when they're coming out small, and they're just not, they don't look great. And so at that point, that's why I've stopped pairing them together. They're not breeding. They're separated, and they're going to be pets. Now, if anything, I'm going to keep the hairless Dumbo female, because I like her. And I have a hairless Dumbo male, who, if my calculations are correct, is a cousin of hers. So I'm going to pair them together and see if that works. And if so, then great. I'm one step closer to having the perfect hairless rat. Which mine aren't technically true hairlesses. They're Rex hairlesses or maybe patchwork hairlesses, which, like I said, I'm working on that fancy. So that's an issue I have. And I've had one Rex female have nursing issues. I don't know what her issue was. She just had nursing issues, which that can happen. Sometimes you can have a genetic fluke, and an animal just won't make shit. But like that hairless male, when I pair him to anything that he's semi-related to, dead babies. And he is fine with females, but he is not fine with males. Even young males in tanks with him that he tried to produce. So, that's why he's in the alone jail. He's gonna have some... Yeah, I do miss Abomination. Hopefully I have a litter coming soon that will make some more. But he's going to go be my old man to live with some old females, as you saw earlier, Rabbit, who are going to, like, chill out and maybe be my larges that I sell. Because he has one eye too, like TT, but I got him with the one eye, so I don't know what his story was. So, I'm hoping here soon I can maybe buy some new hairlesses and add them to my line and really try to bolster that up. I hope I don't do that and I end up getting more inverted eyelids and I have to start over, because that shit sucked. But I don't get the... Okay, I panicked. I thought I left the toad open. Yeah, that's what I don't get, is the forcing them to breed in a cage. You're not forcing them. Because, see, here's something that's really cool. And Rabbit, you'll find this fancy. Or, you'll find this cool, Rabbit, is when you colony raise rabbits, like, 'cause I found it fun. I will drink a Sunkist on occasion. It is name brand. I will get down with that. But, is when you colony raise rabbits, and you reach this point, your rabbits will do this thing called self-regulating, where they will not breed, because they understand that if they breed, there will be more animals than can be accepted in the system. And it's really cool to see that, because I had that in a colony that I raised, of like meat mutts and one Holland lot. They were breeding fine. I kept females, and at the point there were 8. Comfortably, there were 8. And I put a male in there, and he did his thing. No one lifted. But when I took 4 of them out and then put him back, they were lifting. They were getting down with it. And they were self-regulating. The rats will do that. When I end up having totes that are overfilled because I have kind of put off calling them, they won't breed. They won't lift. Nothing. But when I start taking them out, they'll mate again. Yeah, because you had someone on your Snapchat call you a monster and said they'd breed consistently. But yes, so the forcing to breed thing, I hate. And I hate because people try to put human emotions on animals. Yeah, see, I didn't keep the free, the colony raised because they kept trying to escape. But honestly, man, if you can build it and set it up right, colony raised... Okay, I think you're a good pet owner, unlike what the comments are saying. Can you explain your setup? Oh, perfect, yes. Let me answer Rabbit real quick. Yeah, because colony, like, it was awesome. I could walk out to my chicken coop converted into rabbit colony cage, sit down, and just chill with rabbits. Read a book, eat a meal, listen to YouTube, and just seeing them interact like that was just... It was like... You would have really shitty days, and you could come into the rabbit colony, and they didn't exist anymore, because you wasn't out there. You were in Rabbit World. And Rabbit World consists of, hey, did you feed me? Did you give me water? Okay, we're cool. And it was fine. Now, okay, I'll show you my setup, because I am cleaning today, so... How my setup is, currently I have a mixture of totes and tanks. Now, I am trying to move to all totes, but as you can see, now I do have some clutter, and I haven't taken off trash yet. Now, the tanks are not a permanent thing. I started with those, but they do have some... There is some fact. There is facts to what they say in the comments about respiratory issues, but as long as you have, ventilation and you clean consistently like I do, you're fine. Now, the totes, Here, you can get those things with a ton of ventilation. Rabbit, actually, in here uses side ventilation on hers as well as top. I just use top because I am working on chewing in my line. And then I have the rats that I sell for pets and feeders. I have the African soft furs that no one wants them as pets. And actually, no one's bought them as feeders yet. So, except for one customer. So they are here. I have the one guinea pig. She gets clean as well. She's my companion guinea pig. I have the tote of females and babies, mixed mice, and a trio of mice, and a single African softer who has some babies. And then right now I have culled breeder group who has to be culled, grow out males, and some culled hairless group for pets. Broken tote, because that's kind of tried to fix it and it didn't work. Hairless groups are being sold, and females who might get culled. I'm not sure yet. And then I have the 2 possums as pets. They're not a part of sale. And I have the rabbits over there, which I'll show them at some point. Except for this asshole. I have this one rabbit over here who has to live in this fucking tote because his dumb ass decided, I'm gonna chew out of the cage you made for me because fuck you. Now I have to sit in this tote and make you look like a monster because fuck you, right? I hate you. Anyway, sorry, that's been built up for a bit. But yeah, I'm hoping, cause I have a buddy in here who he sells me guinea pigs when he breeds, so I'll have some of those, and I'm probably going to try to pick me up, okay, I thought you said, okay, is 4,300 too much for an albino boa? I don't want to waste that much money, but I don't want to splurge. Is it, what species of boa? Adult, male, female, and, yeah, that's the important thing you want to know is 1, can you afford to live and still do that? 2, what species of boa? 3, male or female, and age. Those are the 4 things you should ask when you're looking at reptiles. I want 4 pets, sir. My girlfriend is demanding we have a huge colony when we get our own place. God, yes, because it's so fun because you get yourself like a little lawn chair, or you even just sit. Okay, I know Indian style got canceled. Crisscross applesauce. And they will just come to you. You can do it with the guinea pigs too. You can do a colony of guinea pigs too, and it's really fucking cool. I haven't done it personally. If you want, you could probably do a mix of guinea pigs and rabbits. But yes, I loved colony raising rabbits. It was so much fucking fun. And this comes from the guy who likes efficiency and like, because the wire cages are efficient for cleaning, but like, man, there was something about sitting in that rabbit colony that just like, it's like probably why some people do heroin. It's like, it's so relaxing. But instead of doing heroin, I just keep animals. Because God, it was so much fun. Like, oh my God. I kind of want to do it with the place I have now. I want to fence in the front yard, put wire under the dirt so they can still kind of dig but not dig out. Oh, thank you so much, Steamed Broccoli, for the money that you gave me. I kind of feel bad that I ignored you. I'm so sorry. But I saw you followed me, so you'll see content. And I'm doing some Twitch streaming now too, so you'll get to see that hopefully, unless I die in a fiery car wreck on the way home today. But no, to answer your question, I'll eat the sun. If you're getting like a regular albino boa and it's a hatchling, yes, that's a lot. If it's an adult female and she's proven, that's a fair price. If it's a male, but that depends on the species. If you have like a regular red tail, that might be a little much. If you have an emerald tree boa, holy shit, that's a steal. Fucking rob a bank to get that. So it all depends on that. I've spent a fair amount of money. My girlfriend is also the reason I keep so many that yeah, see, that's my fiance. She'll see something and she'll love it, and then she'll have, like, that's kind of why I'm keeping this. That's why I'm keeping this prick down here. It's because she likes him. So I gotta keep this son of a bitch here because she likes him. The others she doesn't really care about, but she likes this son of a bitch. So, he stays to make pet rabbits for sale. Yeah, he gets to stay. Yeah. But, you know, she'll have moments where she'll see something, she really enjoys it and gets attached. But I'm always able to, as much as I love animals, I'm able to keep the distance between getting too attached and, you know, keeping a distance. Now, like I said, I did get a little emotional when the male that was in here died. Because, I mean, he'd been in a bunch of my TikToks. The male in this call group, I'm going to be sad about because he's been in some of my TikToks. But, like, it has to happen. God, I'll be honest, I'll lose my mind when TT dies. Because, I mean, he's been with me since the storage unit. Like, holy shit, that's been about a year. Wait. That's been about 2. Holy shit. Yeah, see, he's been, like, I got him, when he was a juvenile. And he's, yeah, Man Rat. I really liked Man Rat, but he was male aggressive, and he chewed out, so he had to go. And that actually hurt. It did hurt, but I can't keep buying new totes, because they're expensive, so that's how I'm able to keep that distance between the animal and the business part. And as a breeder, that is something that, you, like, okay, if you've ever Googled how to breed something, you always see those lists that are like, breeding can be pretty hard because you have to separate yourself from animals dying. And to me, that's always been easy because I've done it for so long. Like, but there are some people out there who, I find they get a pet and they, Princess Diamond Super Fire Lucis baby female. Ooh. Yeah, get that. Yeah, get that, man, because you got that Fire Leucistic. That's all the info the listed. Yeah, I would go for it, because, I mean, well, wait a minute. How the hell... Okay, so it's not albino, then it's a leucistic, because there's no way you could have that albino and that leucistic showing. Because leucistic is the double gene. Diamond, I'm not really... I'll be honest with you. I'm not that familiar with boa genetics, but leucistic works in alligators the same as it does in other reptiles, where, yeah, it was listed under albino on the site. Oh, you're on Morph Market, aren't you? That issue happens sometimes, is some people will list some things different. But no, that listing of genes, I'd say go for it, because then you could get, I'm almost positive it's not possible to have leucistic and, albino. I'm pretty sure, because leucistic comes out, well, no, because you have blue-eyed Lucies, and they're white, but they're not albino. But in alligators, you have the black-eyed leucistics, and they're dark as shit. Shit. But no, in short, I will eat the sun. I would say it's not a bad price. Now it just comes down to the following, because you have a female. Females and reptiles will always, in some way, hold their value. You have at least one recessive that I know of in that snake, which is leucistic. That will hold its value. And then the other two things sound cool. But I'm not really familiar with those genes in boa, so I couldn't tell you. Now, next step you have to decide. Baby, it's going to take you at least a couple of years to get her up to breeding size. If you even want to breed her. If you want to keep her as a pet, nothing wrong with that. Spend what you feel is valuable. But if you're buying her to try to breed her, then you need to understand that just because she has these cool genes, the gene market might quote-unquote crash. Because that's what happens with Clown when it first came on the market. Everything that had Clown in it was so high. But everybody started throwing everything and, you know, Clown with everything. So then you had that thing where everybody's like, oh my god, I'm making so much fucking money selling clowns. Oh my god. And then that price starts to come down because, well, shit, he has a clown. Oh god, he has a clown. Oh god, he has a clown. And then you reach a point where, oh man, I'm able to buy it at this price for $500 for a male. Power breed for my females. I'm talking about ball pythons right now. And then you're still kind of riding that wave, but you're not riding it early, you're kind of riding it down. So basically, the greatest piece of advice I got from a podcast was find your project and enjoy the ride down. Now, if you're able to reach the point where you're like, yeah, I can totally 100% get something new in the market, you get to enjoy the whole ride up and down. But generally, most of the market is, I'm fine buying it, and I'm just going to enjoy the ride down whenever it happens. Now, you might get lucky, and that you have, because boas, people aren't buying tons and tons of boas like they are ball pythons. So, you might get lucky, you get that, and you're just like, whew, enjoying that forever, because she's always making cool stuff. Or you might be at the point where it's plateaued, and now you're just enjoying, like, oh, I breed her once every 2-3 years. Make a litter of boas, because boas give birth to live young. It's really cool and heartbreaking when they give you stillbirths. But you're just like, sell a couple clutches every 2-3 years, and just enjoy that. Because at the end of the day, it's all about, one, having fun. If you're not enjoying it, something's wrong. Deciding what to pair her with. If you ask me, UCB's safe money-wise. Yes, but you have to watch out for the fact that that might be the less rare thing in her. Because like I said, with boas, I'm not entirely sure. That princess and that diamond could also be cool things. And boas, they sail, but not that fast. Because, boas get bigger. Some people don't want a bigger snake. They want, 6 feet under. They don't want something that big. So you might have a moment where you make a whole clutch, and you get kind of lucky, and you have, a whole clutch of 10 survive. And then you have to feed 10 boas until you sell them, and then you want to make sure you're sourcing them to proper homes, and that's when you reach that point of impulse buying, and that starts a whole new chain of events. God, my throat's so dry. I still live at home, so bills aren't really an issue. Perfect. That's always the greatest words to hear when you're like, I can get these. Don't have no responsibilities though, because man, you can buy some crazy shit. I one time went to an expo with $800, and the next week I had to count out change to get to work, because I went to that animal expo and bought anything that wasn't hammered down that was in my price range. I think I left that expo with a banana pastel male, a honeybee female, 2 ferrets, a trio of rats, 2 mice, there were textiles, and what else did I buy at that expo? I want to say, and I bought a gecko. Yeah, see, this guy down here, he likes, car shit, so he spends his money on other things just than animals, so it was one of those things that sometimes we can relate, and then sometimes he'll say things that just gone over my head. I don't even catch it. Let's see, more questions. Not at the moment. Okay. I've got this tote to clean. And that tote. And I gotta feed these guys. So, I think my phone's charged enough that I can start cleaning. I want to get more pretty hamsters, but no one near me breed them. See, that's what I hate, is when you have moments where you really want an animal, but you can't find a local breeder, so you have to become that source. But then you have that moment where you're like, man, because you have dwarfs, I'm going to use a different example. Let's say, man, I want teddy bear hamsters so bad. No one around me is breeding them. So you go out of your way to get a trio or 18, and then you start breeding them, and you're like, oh, I can sell these things easy. No one around me is making teddy bears. And you start showing teddy bear hamsters to the public, and they're like, I don't want a teddy bear hamster. Ew. And then you're stuck with a million teddy bear hamsters, which I hate, because I'll have moments where, on my bug shipment, still waiting. Company still needs fucking heating packs. So, best they've told me is hopefully end of this month. Which sucks, because you and the other guy really want those fucking bugs, and I don't blame you, because I want to sell them. So currently, that's the status on that. Yeah, because right now, I want to have, there's a breeder rodent I want to get down here. I want to have, gerbils. I really want to get gerbils going, but I know I would struggle to sell them, so I haven't bit the bullet and bought a trio or 13 yet, so that's why I haven't done that. I know marketing them would suck. God, that's so much refreshing. Let's see, toss the bedding. Okay. Now, back to what I started this. God. Back to how I started this live stream. Actually cleaning rats. I had to take that break to charge my phone. Don't step on your babies. Give me your body. Come here. You. Oh, polka dot, calm down. Oh, you're not that friendly, are you? No. Let go, please. Thank you. You're good. Quit stepping on the babies. Do you. And then set that to the side. Now I gotta put you in something. Here's a nice pile of beans that I'll put in their super special duct tape holder. One didn't make it. And stir up the bedding. I had a question I saw. Is it weird I have friends that breed alligator pits? I'll watch you who breed rodents. And I'm getting... That's not too weird, no. Now, are you talking about, like, the pit viper? Or the alligator, like alligator pits? Like, just big pits of alligators that they're, like, kind of ranching? Or, like, I've never heard of an alligator pit viper. But, you are in North Carolina, though, so it doesn't... Oh, the dogs. I know what you're talking about now. No, that's not too weird, because, I mean, generally I'll watch a lot of media about animal breeding, because I do find lots of aspects of all animal breeding pretty interesting, such as show dog breeding, hunting dog breeding, game chicken breeding, rabbit breeding, of course. But no, that's not too odd. Now, what would be odd is if you said something like, man, I have a buddy who traffics humans, and I want to breed both. I'm like, man, you should probably tell someone about that. But no, that's not too odd. It's kind of cool that, like, that's connected, that you're able to make a friend who breeds hunting pit bulls for alligators, and you want to breed boas, and you watch a dude on TikTok at, like, 2 in the morning clean rats and talk about rabbits and politics. That's always fun. So, see, it's not too odd at all, no. I mean, you'll have people that call you weird, but take it from a guy of Tourette's. If you let them know it hurts you, they win. If you own it, you win. I hate that it cakes at the bottom. Now, what did someone else ask? Oh, yeah, beans. Yeah. Okay, so now there's a lot of you in here. I've already asked one of the people in here. I was talking, my fiance said that I need to give my followers a name. I said, oh, I got it. Papa's Petticoat Pedophiles. She said no. She said beans. Now, another guy in here, he wants to be, that I know those were bags are gonna be, well, my car's fucked up, so they're not gonna be there now, but if I get it tomorrow, yeah, you know where those bags are gonna be. They're gonna be in a dumpster in a place we both work. But, no, she wanted me to call them the beans. The guy who just talked, he wants me to call it the cult of the rat, like my brothers and sisters kind of thing. And then I thought just the rats, after being told that Papa's Petticoat for curing pedophiles wouldn't work. So, what do you, my fans, want to be called? That's the real question. I should probably ask you what you want your moniker to be. Because I just find the idea of calling you guys pedophiles funny. Let's see. Make us a cult. You really want that cult thing, and you know good and well you want it just so you can commit terrible acts of crime, and I get caught with the bag on that and face jail time for weaponizing a group of online people to do crime. Let's see. Rabbit said Rattlings, maybe. Maybe. Although I could totally get down and be like, "What's up, my beans?" and then like have like a little animatic of beans falling out. The rat pups. Yeah. Still though, petticoat procuring pedophiles. The PPPs. Come on. Give me the name. We could have like Chris Hansen like attacking you guys. It'd be fun. Oh, I could always go with my rambunctious rabbi rat pups. I could do that as well. Okay, let's put this pile of... Oh. Phone's trying to die again. Nice pile of screaming beans again. Put you back in there. Then... Disney Field. Where's your jug? Oh, I moved it over there for the possums, that's right. Food go there. Fill up water. Okay, people have talked. Okay, we have the critters. I could get down with that. Fun fact, my business is called Weird Kid Animal Distribution and Supply. My second option was going to be Twitchy's Critters because of the Tourette's. My mom's boyfriend overheard us and started getting uppity about there being a snake in his house. Oh, that always happens. Relinquish the beans. The beans have been freed, but at what cost? But yeah. You gotta love that when you have someone talking about, I don't want no snake near me. Because I'll meet some people who will be overly afraid of a non-venomous snake. Now I get if I'm like, hey, could I keep a black mamba snake in the living room in a garbage can, please? I get why you have panic there, but you gotta think about it. Most of the stuff on the domestic market is just a worm with no arms that's pissed. Like, you can outrun it easily. You're keeping a boa. You can outrun a boa. Now, as it gets bigger, you do have some precautions you need to take just for safety measures, but it's not gonna, like, open its door, assault him physically or sexually, and then take $20 from his briefcase. No, that's not gonna happen. I don't get that. Like, the true hatred of an animal that has no arms. Kind of want to... Yeah, see, legless lizards are cool. Not really in the hobby that much, but that's because of, like, breeding efforts in captivity are iffy. And that's why when you find them captive bred, they're kind of expensive. But I would like one just as a pet. I really want to do the egg-eating snakes, but I need to get quail going first before I start trying to sell those to the market. God, I'd hate to be like, here's a cool snake, I don't have anything to fit it for you, have fun. And then you have to find out how to buy quail eggs. Instead, I could just make quail eggs and corner the market. Now, let's see. By the time it's big enough to do anything, I'll have moved out. Yeah, because boas, unless you, like, power feed, grow pretty slow. And realistically, you really don't want to power feed boas. Like I was explaining to you, Zach, you kind of want to get them growing slowly. No, because see, egg-eating snakes, you can get them as adults on chicken eggs, but you got to work with them because they're used to eating small eggs in the wild, and most of the stuff that you're getting is wild caught. Because to breed them, you need small eggs. Like, you need eggs that are like canary eggs. So they're not really being bred in captivity, so most of what you're getting is wild caught. So that's why you need to start working on quail egg and then build them up to eating a chicken egg. They're not like hognoses where in the wild they're eating amphibians and you move them to rodents. They only eat eggs. They eat the whole thing and regurgitate the shell, so you can't just move them off of eggs entirely. But you gotta start them off like, here's a small, reasonable quail egg, and then, hey, let's try on a chicken egg today. No, okay. Another day. No, okay. And finally they eat, and then you can just move the chicken eggs. But until then, you need those quail eggs, or you're just gonna buy the snake for it to die, which would suck. So that's why I'm trying to get quail going. Which I'm going to start off probably with bobwhite quail, because I have a local guy who I'm going to trade some hairless rats for some bobwhite quail. And then from there, I'll move on to getting button quail, because they're smaller. And maybe try to get some Coturnix. No, I think I'm getting Coturnix from that guy, not bobwhite. And then from there, you're a chunky boy. From there, I'll move on to maybe bobwhite or button, and then maybe try some smaller egg-laying species of birds, like smaller species of pheasants. Maybe try parakeet breeding for the eggs and have them set aside for if I try to breed them, which will not be an easy task, but I'd be the one of few people breeding egg-eating snakes, so market advantage, you could say. Totes now clean, thank God. All typing. Let's see. Okay, no new comments. Okay, I believe that it is time for me to say, what is the substrate clump up? Why does the substrate clump up onto something like dirt when cleaning? Do you mean with the rats, or are you talking about snakes? Let me know before I start answering. And do you mean clump up like, okay, here's an example, right? Are you talking about it sticking? My guinea pig. Okay, so see, what's happening is, when you take it straight out the bag, it's as dry as it's gonna be. When you're cleaning, and it's been in the tote, or in the tank in your situation, what's clumping up is, sorry, I thought I saw a loose rat, is you're seeing where probably urine was, and it's soaked together and stuck. So when you're cleaning, and you're seeing clumped up, that's basically like cat litter, when like a cat pees, is what I think is what you're asking, and I think that's the answer I should give you. Now, I could say that and I come to your place. Yeah, okay, yeah, see, so what that is you've basically put your bedding in, and it clumps up because it's gotten wet with a mixture of poop and pee. And so you're basically just seeing like a clump of like shit and bedding mixed together when you clean. Because the rats do the same thing when I had to scrape it off the sides and the bottom of their totes. You're just having shit that's clumped. That's literally just poop and pee that's clumped up together. That's all that is. No reason to panic. Now, if it's like full of bugs or covered in blood, then you have a problem, and you should probably try to fix that. But, no, there's no reason to panic about that I can think of. Okay, let's start feeding you guys. So, get down. Then, this tote is way too full, but I have to work really early, so I'm going to call this live stream tonight. Super fun. Got to talk about animals, which is always a joy for the most part, unless it was like, tell us why you're a monster. saw all the classic fans, all the Papa pedophiles, the beans, and got to answer questions. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and feed, and go home and go to bed, and then I'm either gonna do a TikTok live stream or a Twitch live stream tomorrow. I'm not sure. I don't have work Thursday, so I'll let you know. It was great seeing you. Have a great time, and remember to. What's a good catchphrase? I'm not gonna leave that on. Keep it ratting? Nah, that doesn't work. We'll workshop something. We'll call corporate and figure something out. But anyways, I'm heading out. Y'all have a great and wonderful time.